Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you just a few tips on how to go into some postures that allow us to go deeper by using this wheel. After all, this is what the wheel does provide us to help us to go deeper into postures to enhance our practice and to move us and to sort of like bring us closer towards the ultimate version of the pose that we want to do. Probably the goal of certain postures, right? Although I do not really want you to set goals like that, but if you feel open about it, if you feel that you can be humble about it and then not make it into a big thing, and yeah, why not? So some tips are going into some fork bends in Merlin. Every time I use this wheel, like, he comes to me because this is his home now. So I'm just gonna borrow it from you, right? Just for half an hour. You can have it back later. Okay, go. All right. So let's begin by taking a fork bend, right? So if you were to a simple fork bend like that, you can either work with both of your legs or just one leg. So let's work with one leg first, right? So you can take the foot onto the heel onto the wheel. Now some of us who are really tight here, and you can't even really lean forward like that, right? So chances are you're gonna do a simple version, and all of the postures that we're gonna do, we're gonna work from simple to complex, right? So that's the whole idea of going deeper into the pose. So we gradually bring ourselves deeper and deeper into the pose, and we stop where we face with compression, tension, or things like that, right? So let's take a look at the simple version of a fork bend. For this one down here, you can't lean forward, right? So if you have maybe just like that, right? So then you're going to take the wheel over your feet this way and see whether you can do this, right? If you can do this, then you can fall forward a little bit. So there's a little bit of resistance here, for you to hang on to, and for you to fall forward, right? So otherwise, if it's too much for you, then you're gonna take the wheel, the inner part of the rim under your legs this way. So maybe this is more accessible, but the issue here is when you start pulling, there's no anchor there, right? So if that's the case, then you're gonna bring it closer, but you're gonna hold the wheel somewhere else, right? You're gonna hold the wheel from the bottom, right? So you're gonna pull the wheel down towards you and push your heels towards the front. Excuse me, hello. Go lah, hi. So either you do that, or you take you move with one leg at a time, right? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. And or for those who are a little bit more open, then you can take one leg on top or both legs on top, right? So if you're just working with one leg on top, you're going to take the wheel here, right? You're going to pull the belly in, round your back first, and then you're going to lift the chest up, holding on to the wheel, and then you're going to lean forward. If there is any leaning forward, then I'm going to ask you to roll the spine again one more time. So in a way, we move our body according to the shape of our spine, right? So our spine is sort of like a wave shape. So you draw the belly in, be lifting the chest, and then keep the chin up to keep the back long. You pull yourself closer. Now you can just stay here, or if you can go further, reach to the end, the further part of the wheel, and see if you can roll one more time. Bend the elbows to the side and lift the chin or lengthen to the neck. Never press the head down towards the floor, right? The idea is to send your heart towards your toes rather than your head towards the floor. So if you're here, right? So from there, you can fall forward holding from the bottom, so you don't tend to lift your leg up. Hold the bottom of the wheel, then forward here, or two legs there. Lean forward, just touch the head towards the wheel, right? So those are the ways how to access into your forward bend. And if you really can't lean forward, then take a block, sit, take the two blocks with each other, sit onto the blocks, and see from here whether you can fall forward or you do that, right? There. Okay. So that covers forward bending, and then we're going to take a look at just a simple version of back bend, right? So for me, almost every morning when I wake up, I get on my wheel, borrow it from Merlin, my cat. So, and just lean back against the wheel and find your what we call a neutral position, where the wheel doesn't move, right? Then when you find your neutral position, you're gonna lift the buttocks up there. And then you're gonna take the hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, and then we're gonna stimulate the spine first, right, before we go deep into the back bend. So we're gonna keep the hips up, roll the wheel back, so the body moves forward, the wheel goes back, and then keeping the hips up, roll back and forth a few times, bringing your elbows which is each other, just to create that space in the spine. So sometimes you may hear a little crack in your spine, and that's okay. Yeah. And when you are ready to come down, you can go all the way back, but be careful what you feel in your back. And if you're okay, just slowly sit down and then hands on the floor. Alright? You can stay a bit longer, or if you can go further into the full version of the back bend. So you're gonna lift the buttocks up, you're gonna take the head back, and we're gonna roll all the way back. If you stop here, then walk your feet back just a little bit, and then take the head all the way down towards the floor. From there, you can release your back, relax the front of the body, let go of any resistance you have in front of the body. And when you're ready to come up, bend your knees, right? Slowly roll forward. Take your hands to your head, or maybe come here first, hands in prayer position, and then take the head, pull the head up as you slowly sit onto the mat, right? Never lift the head up by using the muscles of the neck. It will happen a few times, but just keeping aware and cultivate mindfulness, right? So every time you want to come out of the position, take your hands to your head and use your hands to pull your head up, right? That will keep the tension away from building up in your neck. Okay, a simple version there. Another simple way to just open up the body into a back bend is to just go back, same thing, right? Go back, head back. Then from here, you're gonna bend the knees, and then you take your hands back there, right? Maybe you push up, maybe not, right? But do not force it. Okay. From here, set up your hands, set up your feet. You chin to your chest, and then you press up, right? And then again with the chin to your chest, come down to the wheel. Hopefully still there, and slowly come back to the floor. Hands hold your head, pull the head up, right? So sometimes you just need to just hang out here, just to open up the space in your back, right? But make sure that you are able to let go of the tension in the front of the body. That's all back bend is all about, right? Alright, so after that, you can also kind of like want to neutralize the spine by taking a twist or another forward bend. Just a simple forward bend to take you out of that back bend feeling. Just go like that, or here, rest. take your child pose, whatever that goes the opposite way of your back bend. Okay. The next one I'm going to show you is the twist, then followed by the side stretch. That requires you to create space in the spine first before we go into the pose. Right? So a simple version of this the side stretch will be you're sitting on your heels or sitting cross-legged onto your mat. Then you're going to take this wheel onto, so I'm going to show you facing here, right? So taking your wheel on the left side or the right side, depending on how you are, where you are, and how you are looking at me. So you're going to take your elbow, same side, elbow onto the wheel, roll the elbow out, roll the wheel out, and then rest the back of your head onto your hand, right? So now you're sitting in between your heels. So from there, lengthen out, right? Keeping the other hip grounded to the floor. So you lengthen the side of the body here, and take your right arm over the head and dangle your right arm behind your leg itself. Maybe you can catch the wheel, maybe not, but don't force it, right? So like that, or maybe you can just hold your arm here, right? And then slowly, if you can go further, then carry on, come back here first. Go a little bit further. But if this is your first few postures, please don't go crazy with it. There's a simple version with it. And just do that. Right? Opening the side of the body. You don't have to put a lot of muscular contraction here. Right? Some of you are better doing that. If you're better doing here, coming back to here, then that will be fine too. Right? So just feel that there's some pulling in the right side of your body. And then change position in the other side, same thing. Alright, so this wheel goes away, sit in between your heels or sitting flat onto the mat, cross your legs, and having here. Alright, and once you've done that, and the next tutorial will show you how to go more deeper than that. So this is just a simple side stretch, even when you do like this, right? All right, and then from the side stretch, we go into this whole group of twists, beginning by a simple version first, right? The simple version of a twist is to open your legs as wide as your mat, taking your right leg through the wheel and bring the wheel all the way in, and turn the wheel in a little bit so you feel that you actually have some of your buttocks sitting onto the wheel. Your right elbow, right? First option, right elbow anchor the front of the wheel and pull the wheel back. That will lengthen the spine there. And hold it there, or hold your leg there. There's some resistance there, right? There, or hold to the floor. Whatever that you can find resistance or not, you just come up to, or you can just stay here, holding the chest, and keep your wheel back to the left hand behind you and find that twist right here. And that would be enough, right? So if you want to feel more grounded, sometimes I like to take the other leg back here, so I feel more grounded there, because this is like more stable when you fold it in like that, right? Back. Okay, so if you're going to go deeper, if you can, for those who can reach, now no need to reach your left hand up and all that. So just internally rotate the thumb facing down, rotate. Take it down and around your back and see if you can take the hand through the wheel and hold the other side of the ring, right? Once you've done that, your right hand, hold the outside of your left leg, lift the chest up, and then take the twist, right? If you think you can do a little bit more, maybe progress a little bit more, bring the feet together and take your left leg over your right leg. Men, be careful, huh? So otherwise you just come up to here, or just cross left leg on top, right? Just up and twist. right? And release. I'm going to take it to the other side. First option, elbow. Even if you need to bend the knee, carry on. So as long as you find an anchor, right, to create that space across the chest, across the shoulders, there, right. So that forms as this anchor. Okay. And if you're going to go further from there, your right hand internal rotate and take it down and around your back. Use your left as a pull to help your right hand reach the wheel. Once you catch, if you can catch them, if you can't catch the kick, come back to the first one. If you can catch it, and then take the left hand outside of the right knee. Take a twist, or bring your feet together. Right leg on top, squeeze it through, and twist. Right. There's a simple twist there. Now, if you also, you can also find the twist here, sit onto the wheel. Feet wide as your hips. From there, you're gonna straighten the left leg out and drop the right knee in. Left elbow, draw the belly in. Left elbow outside of your right knee. Right. Once you got that, then push this knee back right on top of your ankle. There. Right. And then take your hands together to your heart center for a deeper twist. Take a deep breath there. As you exhale, press the hands right in the center of your chest. Take a twist here. Alright. If the weight on the floor wasn't working out for you, you can come up to this position. And the twist. Some of you can go deeper by taking a bind, all that, but again, don't go crazy with this really super deep twist. Okay, release, other side. I want you to drop the knee first, so we access the hip, we access the position by doing that. So we don't find a twist yet. Lean forward, elbow across, and together push the knee out in line with the ankle, the hands right in the center of the chest as you exhale. Right, and release. Right, and after those twists, I'm going to show you. Next one is some balancing work. Right, so let's do the supported crow pose, right? And before we get into the supported crow pose, let's find some opening in the hips by taking a squat here, right? If you don't have the squat there, then maybe put the wheel aside first. Come onto your blocks and do that, right? So elbows to push your knees up. And just finding that a little opening in the hip, right? So, and once you've done that, you're gonna see if you can take the supported crow pose. So make sure you learn already how to round your back, right? Pull the belly in like a cat's pose. Okay. And when you are already in your cat's pose, and then you're gonna sit down on the mat. Just give me a minute.